Hello. Mm, Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Dr.Bhawani Sankaradhikari. The title of today is about business communication messages. How we communicate message in the business world. And there is a quotation. The most important thing in communication is hearing what is not said. It is expressed by Peter Drucker. And this quotation gives the complete message of business communication. Various types of messages in terms of medium are written messages, oral messages, visual messages, electronic and non-verbal messages. There are mainly four types of messages in business communication or in any type of just messages when we express in the medium. First one is written message. Second one is oral message. It is also called speech, right? And third one is visual messages, and another one is electronic or non-verbal messages. So there are four types of messages. That is what we can use in communication. So I just give on all the types of messages according to the just topics later. And first of all, I'm talking about written messages. And written messages, there are various types of written messages. And what are those types? See, written messages are memos. One is memo writing. I have given example later. Informal notes. Another one is notices. I will give on all these topics later with example. And letters, emails, minutes, reports. Sorry. And then oh, it has gone somewhere. Let's see. And then see minutes, reports, proposals, business plans, bulletin boards, signboards, posters. These are types of written messages. Pamphlets, brochures, guidelines, manuals, instructions, questionnaires, SMS text messaging, resumes, that is called biodatas, right? Curriculum vitae, also it is called, articles, newsletters, press releases, and print advertisements are different types of written messages. These written messages are used in communication of not only in business world but in any other forms of communication system. So this written messages are classified and divided into different categories. So first of all, why we need these messages and what are the characteristics of these memos, reports. They will be presented below later on day to day, right? But today I'm talking about memos only, right? All these written messages are used when mostly for formal purposes. When it is a formal purposes and we use written messages. When it is informal and we go on talking, we do not use written messages. And they are used when the ideas are complicated to convey. If they are complicated, if they are difficult to convey, and then we use that written messages in communication system, right? Written messages are used when we do not expect to get the immediate feedback from our intended audience, from our unwanted audience. And even if we want to preserve the message for future reference and use, we use these written messages to preserve, see, the messages for future reference and even to use in futures. So these are various types of written messages, and today I'm talking only about memo, and I'll go on presenting other types of messages one by one later on. And first of all, what is memo? Memo is a formal typed paper note sent to a co-worker and the colleagues within the same organizations. Memo is very short and simple because long complicated is not possible to send memo. And but in many organizations, employees are using emails instead of memos. That means at present, memos are not used well. At present, emails are used in place of memos. Now, memo must contain the elements like to whom it is written, from whom it is written, where, from where it has come from, when, there must be date, there must be subject matter. When we write memo, these things are essential in our writing, especially date, and then from, and then somebody else, and to whom. That must be the memo writing. Now, see, example, I have given a question, and with that question, I have given one written example of memo. Write a memo about the participation of all the staff in the funeral processions of Mr. B.K. Thapa's death of BK company. This is one question I have made. And the memo goes as, now example of memo. See, I have told you to whom it is written, to all staffs. From where? Kamal Thapa. Who is Kamal Thapa? General manager. General manager is writing memo. And date. What is the date? Today. This is 4 May 2023. Today I am writing. Right? And then subject. What is the subject matter? Subject matter is participation in funeral procession. Now, it is informed to all the staff of BK company that Mr. BK Thapa has passed away unexpectedly at 12:30 p.m. in civil hospital yesterday. So the company remains closed today for the grief of Mr. Thapa, BK Thapa, and all the staffs are requested to participate in the funeral procession of him. And then Mr. B.K. Thapa's dead body will be burned in Pashupatinath burning house. More details about the procession road is attached, and please review the attachment for the details. And then RC reference there, all staffs, and there is attachment is there, details about the funeral procession road. Now, which road, how many roads are used, where they are turned, and how the dead body is taken there in the Pashupati Aryaghat in funeral house, burning house. These all informations are given there in the attachment, and all the staffs can see which road is used and where they have to be presented to participate in the program. These ideas are used there in the just attachment, and they can just read that attachment and go ahead and participate in the program. This is one example of memo, and people must write this memo in this way. To, there must be to, there must be from, there must be date, there must be subject, and the detailed information about the question, and or attachment, what may be more information people can see there. This is the memo. This is one example. But nowadays people have stopped using memos, and they have started using especially emails, right? This is the idea of writing memo, and it is one example of written message. Thank you. It would be other topics I will present later on.